There's a big fight underway in Alabama with the judge overturning the state's marriage ban and state officials refusing to issue licenses. Anti-gay politicians are threatening to ban all marriage licenses if the Supreme Court rules in favor of equality, and one lawmaker even wants to send clerks to jail if they issue licenses to anyone, gay or straight. For the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for January 26, 2015. Late on Friday, a federal judge in Alabama ruled that the state's marriage ban is unconstitutional and the state must begin issuing licenses right away. Attorney General Luther Strange didn't care for that at all and has asked for an indefinite stay. Meanwhile, a state association of judges has advised their members that they can just disregard the ruling. This is almost certainly dead wrong, and I'll talk about why in just a minute. But as of this week, gay and lesbian couples are attempting to obtain marriage licenses in Alabama, so expect a tense standoff to play out over the next few days. It's worth pointing out that last week President Obama made history by endorsing marriage equality in the State of the Union, saying that gay and lesbian couples getting married represents, quote, America at its best. The last time anyone talked about marriage equality in a State of the Union was George W. Bush, calling for a federal constitutional ban. So this is a little better. It makes good political sense to endorse marriage equality right now because a new survey from Zogby shows that by 5 percentage points, voters are now less likely to vote for a candidate who opposes the freedom to marry. This puts some anti-equality Republicans in a tough spot. They can either admit that they were wrong and come out for marriage, or they can just double down and get even more anti-gay. And that's what Mike Huckabee did last week. The former Arkansas governor said that if the Supreme Court rules in favor of equality, states don't have to obey the decision and could still refuse to issue licenses. Obviously, that's not true at all, thanks to a little-known document called the U.S. Constitution. Maybe Huckabee has just never read as far as Article 6, which says, quote, "The laws of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land, and judges in every state shall be bound thereby." In fact, Huckabee's argument is identical to the one used in 1957 by another Arkansas governor, Orville Faubus. He said that the state didn't have to abide by the school desegregation ordered in Brown v. Board of Education, and President Eisenhower had to send National Guard troops to force him to comply. So Huckabee's in great company here. In fact, in 1958, Governor Faubus closed all Little Rock high schools for a year for black and white students so that they wouldn't have to be integrated. And now, that's exactly the same strategy that anti-gay officials are pursuing with marriage. In Florida, several counties have canceled all courthouse weddings for all couples, gay and straight. A South Carolina bill would revoke the salary of any government employee who allows a gay and lesbian couple to marry. And a crazy proposal by Representative Ted Ross in Oklahoma would prohibit state officials from issuing marriage licenses altogether. Under his proposal, state officials who issue a marriage license to any couple, gay or straight, would go to jail for up to a year. Obviously, judges refusing to obey federal rulings and ludicrous bills like Oklahoma's will never pass constitutional muster. But they don't have to. They're not supposed to pass. Their only purpose is to intimidate, to let us know that we're not welcome. Huckabee and Ross and officials like them are on the same page as segregationists like Orville Faubus, and that's how history will remember them all. By the way, Faubus ran for governor again 30 years later, but he was defeated by a troublemaking kid named Bill Clinton. I'll be keeping a close eye on Alabama and the intimidation campaigns underway in multiple states. Subscribe here on YouTube to stay up to date, and for the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.